is the almost direct outcome of whatever it is that has happened to you during your childhood. And if what you have experienced in your childhood was really, really bad, if you've gone through what is called ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, then your adulthood wouldn't look as good as it could have been. This is the topic of today's video. How your childhood F's your adulthood. And apropos effing, my name is Vaknin, the author of Malignant Self-Love, Narcissism Revisited. I'm a former visiting professor of psychology and let us delve right in. The Adverse Childhood Experiences ACE study was a collaborative effort between Kaiser Permanente of San Diego, California, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, in Atlanta, Georgia. The concept of adverse childhood experiences refers to various traumatic events or circumstances which affect children between the age of 0 and 18. These adverse childhood experiences cause both mental and physical impairment. For example, people who have gone through more than 4 adverse childhood experiences are much less likely to be healthy later on in adulthood, and I'm talking about the physical body. The body keeps the score. Now, the 10 classical adverse childhood experiences include physical abuse, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, physical neglect, psychological neglect, witnessing domestic abuse, witnessing drug or alcohol abuse, mental health problems of other family members, and imprisonment of other family members, as well as, of course, the big D, divorce. These are the classical adverse childhood experiences. But of course, these are not the only ways to traumatize or abuse a child.
Now, we do know that they were both beaten by their parents because they laugh about it in one of the town hall meetings where they are eagerly anticipating beating their unborn child. Matt wonders, is the belt okay in 2025? They both agree the wooden spoon is.
Use a child as an instrument, as your servant, as someone whose role in life is to realize and actualize your unfulfilled wishes and dreams.
I think that might be Kelly in the singing duo with her sister.
You impose on the child parental chores and tasks. The child parents you rather than the other way around. All these, if you pedestalize the child, idolize, hamper and smother the child, spoil the child, this is also
she looked pretty spoiled.
Denying the child access to reality, friction with the world, the opportunity to grow via adversity and conflict. Of course, the all-important inclusion in a peer group. So there are many ways to traumatize and abuse children. They all lead to massive consequences later in adulthood. Today I'm going to traumatize and abuse children. They all lead to massive consequences later in adulthood. Today I'm going to focus on just a few, of the mental health consequences in adults who have had an unhappy childhood with parents who are bad or dead. Dead not in the physical sense, but in the psychological sense. Emotionally absent, depressed, uninterested, neglectful, abandoning, rejecting, sadistic, narcissistic, and so on and so forth. So the adulthood of such children doesn't look too good. Start with narcissism. In most of these children, there's a common need for validation. Now there are 3 developmental pathways to narcissism. One is when the child is frustrated, rejected, sadistically abused, mistreated, ignored, second pathway is
I
exactly
think
the
he
opposite.
was
When the child
mocked
is
for being a
idolized,
mouth breather.
idealized, pedestalized, smothered, instrumentalized, fused with a parent, in a symbiotic relationship, parentified. This is the second pathway. So, situation where there's no validation in childhood, a situation where there's too much validation in childhood. And the third pathway, developmental pathway, towards the psychopathology known as narcissism, is when the child is exposed to intermittent reinforcement, but by the same source. A mother who is hot and cold, hating and loving. A father who is withholding and then smothering, etc. So when there is intermittent reinforcement,
Oh man, bit of hot weather. And the Wi-Fi goes to shit. Sorry guys. Well, basically both Maddie and Kelly, I think, must have high ACE scores because of the depersonalization, the magical thinking, the lack of reality testing, the derealization, basically everything he cites, they exhibit total lack of executive function, etc. Hey, I'm sort of interested that on his first trip to his island, he seems to have a life jacket on.
Cabin full of stuff on the ocean. We're about to pull up to it for the very first time. I've never seen it before. I bought this thing over the phone with a couple handshakes. Got my sidekick Ronnie here with me, and we're about to unveil this thing. The previous owner hasn't been here in over 8 years, so no idea what kind of condition it's in. Holy shit, I think I see it.
I haven't got time to go find the Vaknin episode called Sometimes Refusing to Grow Up is a Good Idea. Basically, he posits the devolution of human adulthood over the last 500 years. Basically, the reason Maddie's cold, the Scots, find him so beguiling is neoteny. He's got the droopy mouth breathing lower lip and the phenotypically the goggle eyes of a toddler. He's basically frozen in the trunk like a toddler, like his body hasn't matured. He doesn't walk like an adult. So that's why y'all love him, Scroats. Let's just note that he says his parents washed his mouth out with soap, and they were right to do it. And yet he seems to be swearing quite a lot.
Shit, there it is.
Didn't learn his lesson with the soap?
Oh, yeah.
No, I really don't care he's a mouth breather.
Shit, there it is.
It's just that he's so worried about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. It's a rough shape. I can see right in the cabin, for fuck's sake. Oh, look who it is. Ronnie's up here. Oh, the floors. It's so cool. God. This thing is in rough shape. Window wide open. Oh my God.
Okay, so he's bought a house sight unseen.
This piece of string.
Who would buy a house sight unseen? A child.
Yeah, this is not too bad. The entranceway is good. Oh no. Shit. It's wet. Roof is leaking. Oh my god.
So the term is malignant optimism. Because he's a little kid and he's always got to be right, he's about to find how decrepit the place is, and yet in his own cubby house land mind, it's a real little house. It's like cubby house land.
The entranceway is good. Oh no. Shit. It's wet. Roof is leaking. Oh, there's water on the floor.
The owner hasn't been there in 8 years.
Holy shit, though. It's water damage or not. It's a real little house.
A real little house.
Oh my lord. Yeah. She got some bones. Alright, let's go upstairs and take a look.
So everyone got this into their feed somehow and found him beguiling because of the neoteny. So it's going to be like a 9-year-old at best.
Oh my god, this is cute.
Building this place. That's fine if you've got an astute 9-year-old, but 9-year-olds aren't known for their emotional intelligence. This is the point. We know he can't, use a tape measure at this point. He does everything with his chainsaw because he's a child prodigy. We know he was told to build his log cabin to be mobile specifically. That was the only stipulation. Then when it was in the wrong spot and he had to move it, what? He hadn't built it mobile, so he burnt it down. It was a tantrum, a profligate waste of trees. And it's so sad that at this point his Delulu girlfriend is touring on her motorbike, magical thinking from left to right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a real, honest-to-God Newfoundland saltbox.
I think he's already met her at the alpaca farm and let her go, so to speak. And she, of course, is lonely in her own little cabin.
It looks really bad. I mean, it is pretty bad,
but 2 9-year-olds don't make a functional household.
Yeah, this is all fixable. I love it. I love it. I guess I was really naive coming out here and thinking that everything was going to be mint. I'm going to have to go back to John's Pond and get my tools. Only one way to start this, I guess. Unload the boat, assess what we need. That's all we really can do.
So it's like a child's enthusiasm that everyone found so beguiling, that he was happy with so little. But it's malignant optimism.
Yeah, she's leaking, floor is sagged, roof is sagged, it's a broken window. But I tell you, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a real, honest-to-God Newfoundland saltbox. She's got a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential here. I mean, to the naked eye, it looks really bad. I mean, it is pretty bad, but yep, this is all fixable. I love it. I love it. I guess I was really naive coming out here and thinking that everything was going to be mint. I'm going to have to go back to John's Pond and get my tools. Only one way to start this, I guess. Unload the boat, assess what we need. That's all we really can do.
So it's all about being seen with Matty. It's all about camera placement, so he's the main object. So he's got to walk around 8 times as much to be placing his camera so that we can see him as, you know, the fucking object.
Came out here under an
It's
assumption
ridiculous.
that I'd be able to stay in the cabin night 1. Sleeping kit, tent.
Why don't
Then head
mouth
back to my other
breathers
cabin.
use
Get all the lumber
chapstick?
got up there. Get all
See,
my
there he
tools,
goes, licking his big giant,
come back
it's
here
called
tomorrow,
enervated
fully
bottom lid.
loaded, a shit ton of lumber and tools.
But the
Get in.
saliva makes it sting more.
It's going to be so much fun, oh my god.
Is it
There's a
because,
lot
I
of
think
potential
it's
here.
because
Potential.
it's skinned
Alright,
like a
let's head now.
labia,
Let's head back
so
to
it
town.
wouldn't accept chapstick. Anyway, he's got a load of shit over at St. John's, wherever he's living there. You never hear him talk nicely to the dog. He never really plays with the dog. So here he is, look, he's got to film himself driving. He's got to drive with one arm so he can film himself driving. There we go.
We're back at home now, getting all...
Hillbilly this and hillbilly that, so basically he keeps calling himself a hillbilly, but he's derogatory about
We're back at home now,
hillbillies.
getting all the gear. As you can see, it's going to be a proper hillbilly deluxe load. A bunch of lumber, plywood, tools, cooler, extra outboard motor, the whole 9 yards. It's about a 5.5 hour run one way from the other cabin we just came from back to here, and then load everything up and hopefully get back there tonight.
Ay, 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 ay. If you're wondering why it's taken him a year and his pregnant wife's got dirt rash and they have no bathing or toilet facilities, it's probably because of this. He's got to film everything he fucking does. So in a minute he's going to pretend to leave, reverse and leave and drive off, but then what? He's got to stop the car and come back and get the camera. Fuck's sake, you knucklehead. So the reason, you know, maybe that's the reason why it took a year and he didn't get any bathing facilities built. Oh, nah, he's sadistic. She wanted to be clean, so he
Full load of
removed
gear.
the bathing facilities
Next
that were
up, back to
there
St. Joe's.
and didn't replace them. And she's got dirt rash and is 6 months pregnant. So this is the start of the dream. Isn't Ronnie up a bit high? Oh, he is wearing his life jacket at the moment, but they've been trawling around no life jackets all year, and I suppose the baby's already not wearing a life jacket if she's 6 months pregnant and not wearing one.
I guess there's only one way to go about this, and that's just start tearing it out.
Look at his weird sort of shape. Like my body is too long for my legs, but this is somehow even more so. But I think it's part of neoteny. He walks like a toddler. There's nothing Latino about his hips, girl.